morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What exactly is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next 3 MB airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup, and I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the April 22nd, 2024 episode of Second Cup. How are you this morning? I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Before we go any further, I got a brand new Black Rifle Coffee Company Keurig cup. Another 12 rounds. I've got the Just Black coffee Keurig cups that came from the Coffee of the Month Club that my nephew Jason and his wife Allison gave to me as a Christmas gift, second year in a row. An absolutely fantastic gift. And boy, am I happy that I got these, because I was running low. And these came through just in a nick of time. And I'm using my Been There, Ohio coffee mug that came courtesy of Beth Jones. Beth, thank you again very, very much. And of course, we're celebrating Ohio today because I was just in Michigan on Saturday. Okay, got to keep that Michigan and Ohio rivalry going. You know what I mean? Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip here. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. And I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. What a whirlwind weekend I had. And a lot of other people had, because of the Maggard meetup. What an absolutely fantastic event. Everybody, to the man, agreed that it's just a great event. It was great seeing everyone there. When I checked in, the first person that I saw was Bill Murphy. Hi, Bill. Saw Bill Murphy and his wife, Connie. Great to see them. Bill gave me a little bag of goodies and said, Mark, this is for you. We will be talking about one of those items in an upcoming Monday morning mailbag and also reviewing it. So my sincere thanks to Bill Murphy. And I said, you know what, Bill, I'm going to go ahead and put this out in the car. We talked a little bit, shot a little bit of video. I said, I'm going to go put this in the car and then I'll come back in because I didn't want to misplace it. And when I came back in, where's Bill? And that seemed to be what happened. During that whole event. I would meet one person, turn around, where'd they go? And then meeting somebody else. And that's just the way it was. It was a real whirlwind, but a real enjoyable time. I just had a great time. Got to meet Abene Samant, who has also been someone else like Bill Murphy, who has given a lot of support to the channel. And really wonderful meeting him and his buddy Kress, and so many others. Great to meet Matt Pisarcik from Rex Supply. He's got an absolutely fantastic channel, Razor Emporium, Rex Supply. Absolutely fantastic contributor to the wet shave community. He offers some great razors, some great shave soaps. And of course, Razor Emporium, Rex Supply, top of their game as far as providing products and services to the wet shaving community. Really terrific. And a really nice guy. I mean, incredibly nice. And everybody that was there they were just so nice. Rod and Mandy from Sterling Soap, very nice. And of course, Chris from Carve Razor, another really nice guy. And Will from Barrister and Man. And wow, just so many really nice people. Jonathan from Henson Razor. And you know what? We did this highlight reel this morning, and I know I missed including a lot of people, and even a few vendors here and there. I got to go back and find out who was missed because it was running 30 minutes long. I was thinking that maybe I should do a separate episode altogether of just the highlight reel from the Maggard meetup. But then I thought that might be a little too confusing. You want to tune into the Monday Morning Mailbag thinking that there's going to be a highlight reel there, and then all of a sudden it's not there. Now you got to go find it in another video. Now I just thought I'd include it, make it a little longer, and then we're going to do some more highlights in the next Monday Morning Mailbag. That's the game plan. I'm going to go through some of those clips of people and vendors that I might have missed and do another highlight reel, and maybe even cover some other, use some other pieces of footage that I may have wanted to include but had to cut, that sort of thing. So yeah, it was quite the fun time. Let me put it to you that way, putting together this episode, because I was shooting it over 2 or 3 days during the week, and then had everything edited by Friday, because usually I'm doing it over the weekend, and had everything edited by Friday so that I could spend Saturday at the Maggard meetup, allow for travel time. It's a 3-hour drive up and a 3-hour drive back, so I'm on the road 6 hours. I got home at 9 o'clock, a little after 9 o'clock Saturday night, and sat down when I got home and started shooting an intro to the meetup and the highlight reel, and then started importing video clips so nothing would get erased on my phone accidentally, and started kind of laying everything out so that I could edit everything Sunday morning and then upload it. And as I'm recording this right now, I'm uploading the Monday Morning Mailbag, and it's going to take a while because the show this time around is nearly 2 hours long, and I probably have, based on my connection right now and the size of the file, I have probably another hour left, and I wish the connection was going a little faster. I don't know why it's slowed down a little bit, but I guess that's just the nature of what my connection is today. Sometimes it's faster during the week. I think that a lot of people are online over the weekend. I don't really understand, why I'm getting slower up speeds on certain days. Well, you know what? Could be my imagination. Also, could be the length of the show as well and the size of the file. But yeah, a real terrific weekend. Also had dinner with Abene Samant and his buddy Cress at Culver's. Boy, I love that place. And funny thing, as I was ordering my meal, we coincidentally ended up at the same place, and Abby tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, we're sitting over here. You want to join us?" I said, "Absolutely." And as I was ordering my meal, they were swapping out cash registers. They swapping out trays in the cash register. And I happened to see a large pile of vouchers from the Maggard meetup of folks who went to Culver's. And I'm thinking maybe they heard the endorsement that I gave last year, because that's what Abby said. He said, "Hey, we heard that Culver's was good. That's where we're going to go." Now, somebody else told me that Chomps was a really good place to go to as well. And they just happened to be in the opposite direction from my route home, which is why Culver's was a little more convenient for me. So maybe next time I'll try Chomps, especially if I'm staying overnight, that sort of thing. So it was an absolutely fantastic time. I will give you a little bit of inside baseball on my commute home. My car is getting a little long in the tooth. And as I'm driving home, there are 2 exits that I can use from the Ohio Turnpike. I can get off at an exit that puts me back onto 90, or I can take it a little further and get on a road that will go straight up north into Chardon. And, I took the second exit this time around. Thought, well, on a nice country road drive up into town, back home, that'll be nice. And as I'm getting off of the exit there and getting ready to pay my toll, my car's getting a little long in the tooth. Let me just put it to you that way. And I thought, wow, the car is it just was so wonderful to drive. The car was just beautiful. I mean, it just ran so great, ran like a top. I was so happy to have the car. I thought, this is great. So I paid my toll, and as I'm, getting onto the road from where I pay the toll, I'm thinking, boy, this car ran great. All of a sudden, my check engine light came on. And I'm thinking, uh-oh. Now I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that my car gets home. But the really unusual thing is that there didn't seem to be anything wrong with the engine. I didn't hear anything. There wasn't any loss of power. I didn't smell any fumes. The gauges weren't going crazy. Like maybe it was overheating or something like that. No, I made it home just fine. And I think it just might be maybe a sensor in there that is malfunctioning, something like that. So I'm going to check that out a little later and see what's what. My brother has one of those little meters that you can plug into your dashboard, and it'll give you some information as to what might be wrong. So I'm not anticipating anything too terribly wrong with the car. So, hey, great to be with you this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you went to the Maggard meetup, I sure hope you had a great time. I know you had a great time because I had a great time. And we'll go over a few things from the Maggard meetup here, do a little catch up on that. And, well, I just hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. And if you're taking me along on your morning commute, hey, thanks very, very much for the lift. So let's pay a few bills and we'll get the show underway in just a moment. Now, as I mentioned on this morning's Monday morning mailbag, we had a great visit with Peter Sharpologist, who is the owner of Ariana and Evans, and they are just knocking it out of the park. My gosh. At the Maggard meetup, he had this brand new shaving cream. First of all, the scents are absolutely wonderful. And the consistency of the shave cream is terrific. It's very similar to the limoncello shave cream that I reviewed on the channel, which I absolutely love. This has a slightly nicer consistency, if that's possible. I mean, it's in the same ballpark, but there seems to be something a little plussed up, so to speak. And the label artwork is fantastic, and the amount that you get is fantastic. Really, really wonderful, wonderful stuff. We're going to be talking about this on the Monday morning mailbag, new wet shave gear, but I did want to talk to you about it today. And again, I don't know what happened to my camera, whether I recorded video and it didn't show up on my camera, or I forgot to record video because I was talking to Peter so in depth that I just may have forgotten to record video and say, hey, let's get this on video. Both of us were just engaged in this great conversation. But he followed up with an email and some information on the shave creams. And he said, the shaving creams are tweaked versions of the limoncello base you have. The Pedro Fiasco line will fall into the A&E lineup to simplify things. We are also updating our branding to a more retro look. This new lineup will be only $14.95 with a generous 5.3 ounce pour. How about that? He continues here, this shaving cream behaves like a high-end tallow soap because it's made with tallow. It's very, very different than commercial shaving creams. These are not watered down, nor do they break down with a lot of water. They can handle a lot of water, and a little goes a long way. Don't let the pricing fool you. You'll be hard-pressed to find a comparable soap or cream under $20. Slickness, residual slickness, and lather are work class. The post-shave is wonderful as well. Now, here are the names and the scents that are being offered. The Equestrian is inspired by vintage Ralph Lauren polo green. Oh, that is really, really good. 60s Cologne is inspired by my father's old bottle of Brut from the late 1960s. That one is very, very good as well. Absolutely. Bahamian leather was inspired by Memo African leather. Now, that is spelled Bahian. Bahamian leather, I think is how it's pronounced. Bahamian leather was inspired by Memo African leather. Neota was inspired by Zirjoff Neo. Let me spell those for you. Okay, the name of the Ariana and Evans shave cream is Neota, Niota, and it was inspired by Zirjoff Neo. That's spelled Xerjoff, followed by the second word Neo, Nio. So I think I pronounced that correctly. I hope I did. If I didn't, my apologies. Plum and Bliss was created in-house and smells like plum infused. Plum and Bliss was created in-house and smells like plum-infused cannabis with Japanese plum blossom and some woods. Now, that is one that I sampled at Peter's table, and that was a really, really neat scent. Very, very nice, very captivating. And this last one here is Cherry Cola. Well, it smells like cherry cola. So that's a rundown of what is arriving this week, I believe, from Ariana and Evans. Now, there is also a video that Mark Bagwell sent to me of Peter demonstrating the slickness of this shaving cream. We're going to link it below. Check it out. It's amazing. He builds a lather, and then he wipes the lather off and then does a shave with a Futur clone on the highest setting. That's how slick this shaving cream is. Again, we're going to go ahead and link that video below. And also in the video, he talks about a May 4th meetup at his headquarters for wet shavers. So they're going to have an Ariana and Evans meetup on May 4th at his headquarters. So we'll try to get more information on that as it comes into the channel. We'll link the video below. And wow, we'll get links to these products as soon as they go live on the Ariana and Evans website. Really, really amazing, amazing shave cream. I'm really looking forward to trying these, reviewing them, and sharing them with all the viewers. So stay tuned for the Monday morning mailbag on the 29th, because we're going to show you some of these. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic scents. And we're also going to get reviews done. My thanks to Peter Charkalis out there, because he is really knocking it out of the park. Ariana and Evans, some top shelf shaving creams and soaps. Absolutely fantastic. Peter, thank you again. It was great meeting you once more at the Maggard meetup. Thanks again, Peter. Really do appreciate it. Now, in previous Monday morning mailbags, we have talked about the Pearl Shaving L55 safety razor. This is an absolutely wonderful safety razor for less than $20, and it comes in a number of finishes. It comes in an antique brass, it comes in a blush wine, it also comes in a chrome. Jamie Horn was telling me that he also acquired the blush wine finish and absolutely loves it. And it gives the same great shave as the antique brass version that he has. And he also happened to go to Murphy and McNeil. They were selling the L55, only this was in a new plating called Mellow Apricot, a new finish, Mellow Apricot. And he just absolutely loves it. Now, the last time I looked, it was sold out. And I contacted the folks at Pearl Shaving because they have been very, very kind and generous in sending some of their razors to the channel for review, that sort of thing. And they make some really, really wonderful, wonderful razors. Speaking of plating, as an aside, the K2 razor that we reviewed here, that's their razor that comes with two handles, a long handle and a short handle, slender handles, delivers a really wonderful, wonderful shave. That is coming in a black plated finish as well. That's really, really neat. We'll get a link for that one below. Jamie was telling me about that one as well. Anyhow, the Mellow Apricot was sold out at Murphy and McNeil, and I was asking the folks at Pearl Shaving, hey, where can we find this particular finish? And they wrote me back, And they said, well, we'll get you a link for that on Amazon. And I still don't see it available on Amazon. Maybe it's coming. I'll have to give it a few days, and I'll update links below if it does appear on the Amazon product page. However, Pearl Shaving is going to be releasing some new wet shave gear products. Now, I really can't go into too much detail as to what it is because I really don't know if I've been given permission to talk specifically about it just yet. But I can say that they've got new shaving soap, new shaving brushes. I believe they're going to have a new shaving bowl or bowls, and also new safety razors. So that's something to look forward to from the folks at Pearl Shaving. And again, their track record has just been absolutely wonderful. I love the Pearl Flexi. That's an absolutely fantastic adjustable razor. And of course, we just talked about the L55. That's a really, really terrific razor. And by the way, if you're looking for a good, affordable razor for a beginner wet shaver, check out the Pearl Shaving L55. It looks great. It has some wonderful heft to it. It has 4 great finishes: antique brass, blush wine, chrome, and this mellow apricot that we're trying to locate still. We'll get a link for you as soon as we get that from the folks at Pearl Shaving. And again, delivers a mild, efficient shave, perfect for a beginner or a seasoned wet shaver as well. I know I love mine. So the folks at Pearl Shaving has some new wet shaving gear products in the pipeline. We will give you more details as they become available and as I get permission to talk about it, because they didn't really say whether or not I could share this with you. I'll just tease it a little bit, saying they got some new wet shaving gear that's coming, and really looking forward to what they have in the pipeline here for the wet shaving community. They do an absolutely wonderful job in delivering some high quality wet shaving products at really, really nice price points. So my thanks to the folks at Pearl Shaving for the heads up on some new product offerings from them. And again, we'll give you the specifics and the details as they become available. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have it here before long. It'd be great if we had it before the Monday morning mailbag on the 29th. That would be wonderful. And if we do get any additional information before then, we will certainly share it with you on the Monday morning mailbag. So my thanks again to the folks at Pearl Shaving. Really do appreciate it. Well, again, this past Saturday at the Maggard Meetup, we met a lot of great people. And we also met some new folks as well. And one gentleman in particular, whose name is Peter Ogden, makes custom artisan shave brushes. And the name of his company is Aurora Grooming. And you can find him online at auroragrooming.net. And again, his name is Peter Ogden, Ogdin. Now, he sent me a photo just recently of one of his brushes, and it's absolutely gorgeous. He does some really, really nice work. We're going to be showing this photo on the Monday morning mailbag as part of new wet shave gear. And I hope that he also sends me a few more that we can showcase because he makes some nice, nice artisan shave brushes. So, we just wanted to mention him again one more time, Aurora Grooming at www.auroragrooming.net. His name is Peter Ogden. You might want to check out what he has online and the kinds of shaving brushes that he offers. The photo that he sent me here is just really, really beautiful. Just an absolutely stunningly beautiful shaving brush. So my thanks to Peter for sending that along, and we will be talking more about him in upcoming Monday morning mailbags. Thanks again, Peter. Viewer Beth Jones sent along this heads up from the folks at Seaforth. Hello, Mark. I thought you would be interested in what Seaforth is bringing to the market in the near future. Thought I would give you a heads up about this new Seaforth scent release for May. Also, there are several new products in the works. That is in the email set forth below. Thank you, Mark. No, thank you very much for the heads up on this, Beth. Here's what they have to say about a brand new scent coming in May. May 13th, as a matter of fact. Roman Spice drops May 13th. Pre-release raffle open. Okay, you can also enter this raffle. Also, it's their Roman Spice raffle. We'll get a link for that below. But here's what they have to say about Roman Spice. This is a perfumer's note. In resurrecting this scent from the 1960s, we envisioned how the trends of fresh scents have evolved over the decades. The assertive citrus and lavender of the 1980s, the evolution of the airy and aquatic transparency of the 1990s to the beechwood notes of the 2000s and beyond. So the modern Roman Spice takes a tour through all three of the most iconic fresh notes from each decade, creating something wholly unique yet totally nostalgic. It's wearable for any occasion, always pleasant and welcome. The notes include bergamot, apple, citrus, jasmine, lavender, aquatic, beechwood, incense, and white musk. My gosh, that sounds fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Wow. So check it out, folks. We'll have a link to Seaforth down below from the folks at Spearhead. An absolutely fabulous scent. My gosh. And don't forget their Roman Spice raffle. Beth, thank you very, very much for the heads up on Spearhead's Seaforth Roman Spice. Thanks again, Beth. Now, each week as we wrap up the Second Cup podcast, I like to recommend a movie. This week, I'm not going to recommend a movie. Rather, I'm going to recommend a movie series, a movie franchise, a very popular movie franchise that's out there. The Mission Impossible movie franchise starring Tom Cruise. If you've never seen any of these Mission Impossible movies, do yourself a favor and sit down and watch them, starting with the first one from 1996 all the way up to the most recent one, which is called Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, the first one, which was released in 1996, is very good, very cutting edge for the 1990s, really holds up very, very well. And each movie just got better and better and better. Now, the last one that I saw was Mission Impossible Fallout, which was directed by Christopher McQuarrie. And he took over the Mission Impossible franchise, directing these movies with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which was really, really terrific. These movies are so well acted. There's great action, great stunts. Everything is on the screen. You really care about these characters. You're invested in who they are and what they're doing. And the stories are just so woven together very, very well. You can understand what's going on. At least in the most recent movies, there was that running joke about not understanding the first one. Billy Crystal did a whole little thing on the Academy Awards one year where he didn't understand the storyline to the first Mission Impossible movie. Regardless, that first Mission Impossible movie I felt was very easy to follow. Just a terrific, terrific storyline. And I really enjoyed it. It really kind of started a whole new franchise. I think you could say it's the American version of James Bond. That's really what it is. Just absolutely terrific. And I love the cutting edge technology that they use in the movies and the stunts that are actually done by Tom Cruise. A lot of these stunts are done by him. And really, he is just putting it all on the screen. Really, really terrific. Now, I have not yet seen Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, which is the latest one. My brother Tom saw it. He said it was absolutely fabulous. So I'm looking forward to watching that one. And as it is with every Mission Impossible movie, when it gets released in the theaters, I tell myself, I'm going to go to a theater. I'm going to go to a big IMAX theater. I'm going to watch these movies and enjoy it. And I never get around to doing it. And when I see it as a home rental on a nice size screen, I always kick myself thinking I should have gone to the movie theater to see this movie. It's just, it would just look so awesome on a huge screen with an audience cheering along. And you get that further involvement from being part of an audience. But yeah, check out these movies. The Mission Impossible series starring Tom Cruise. Boy, they just keep getting better and better and better. Really, really terrific, entertaining movies. And a terrific cast. All the characters are just really, really great. Very likable. Great villains. And just some great action, some great stunts. And tip of the hat to Mr. Tom Cruise for really producing some fantastic movies, pure entertainment, and everything is right there up on the screen. So check it out, the Mission Impossible movie series starring Tom Cruise. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.